Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Melissa Lavinson, Senior Vice President of Governmental and External Affairs at PHI. Is moving to Exelon Utilities as Senior Vice President of Federal Governmental and Regulatory Affairs and Public Policy. Melissa?
Good evening, everyone. I'm excited to be with you for such a great occasion. It's my pleasure to welcome you on behalf of Exelon Atlantic City Electric to the New Jersey Student Climate Challenge Awards ceremony. I'm honored to be here to celebrate the talented group of students whose innovative ideas, hard work, and commitment to fighting climate change secured them a finalist spot in this competition. So a big congratulations to all of you who've joined us this evening. And I really want to thank the Drunk-Wackett Foundation and Sustainable Jersey for recognizing the importance of preparing the next generation of clean energy leaders. You know, our future really is truly in their hands. And this contest, it was an opportunity for young people to get involved in a cause that directly impacts them, their families, their classmates, their neighbors, and the world, quite frankly. And at Exelon, we share your commitment to combating the climate crisis. And before we go further, I want to tell you a little bit about the work that we've been doing and undertaking at Exelon to help combat climate change. All of our utilities at Exelon, from Atlantic City Electric to our utilities in Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Illinois, we recently announced a shared path to clean goal. And in that goal, we pledged to reduce the emissions associated with our operations by 50% by 2030 and achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050, while helping our customers and communities do the same, because we think that's really important. It's our responsibility, and we have the responsibility to make that kind of impact. And our action plan to combat climate change and build resilience, it's well underway in New Jersey. We're deploying a smart energy network, which will allow us to make important upgrades to the technology we use to power homes in the area. We're working to make electric vehicles and transportation electrification more broadly, more accessible, and allow folks to more easily charge their vehicles and more easily have our localities transition to electric transit. And we launched a series of energy efficiency programs to help our customers save energy, save money, and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. But even though we're doing all that, we know our actions alone aren't enough. And that's why we're so proud to partner with Drunk-Wackett Foundation, Sustainable Jersey, and all of you on the New Jersey Student Climate Challenge. This challenge and the ideas generated by the participating students, they move all of us closer to our goal to a cleaner, brighter future. It's a great example of how education and opportunity can spark meaningful change. And with that, I want to introduce another important partner in this effort, and that is First Lady of New Jersey, Tammy Murphy. First Lady Murphy is a driving force behind including climate change education into the New Jersey school curriculum across every grade level and inspiring youth in our community to act and act now. So again, congratulations to the finalists. And now I'll turn it over to the First Lady.
Thank you, students and educators, for your commitment to a more sustainable future. Climate change is going to affect every aspect of our lives. No matter what career you choose, climate literacy will be a necessary and invaluable part of your education and life. On behalf of the project partners, the Drunk-Wackett Foundation, Atlantic City Electric, Exelon, and Sustainable Jersey, I want to express our thanks to every student who participated in the New Jersey Student Climate Challenge pilot. Your enthusiasm and great work have convinced the partners to offer the New Jersey Student Climate Challenge statewide to all public schools serving students in grades 6 to 12 for the current school year. I hope all this year's finalists plan on defending their titles. Please visit the Sustainable Jersey for Schools website for all of the details, and I encourage you to start planning your next project now. Your creativity, passion, and advocacy fill me with true hope for the future and certainty that New Jersey will be a leader of the climate movement for our nation and for our world.
Great. Thanks, Tammy Murphy. Obviously, that was a recorded video. She's really busy, but she really has been the inspiration and the driving force behind this contest, and also behind New Jersey in general, taking really meaningful steps to ensure that climate change is being taught in all K through 12 public schools. And one of the other things that we at Sustainable Jersey are doing is working to ensure that every school, every teacher, every student has the knowledge and the capacity to act as powerful members of a community, as members of a state, as citizens to address climate change. My name is Randy Solomon, and I'm the executive director of Sustainable Jersey, one of the organizations that put together this contest. And I'm also at the Sustainability Institute at the College of New Jersey, where if you study very hard, maybe one day you can go to college there. For those of you that don't know, Sustainable Jersey is a program that doesn't implement sustainability projects directly, but what we do is we help you, the people on the ground, in schools and in communities, to implement those projects. We provide assistance, technical assistance, and guidance on what kind of steps you can take to have a more sustainable future and to prevent climate change. We provide grants and resources, and also we recognize success. So when a school takes on sustainability and implements a number of proven, successful, concrete things on the ground, then they can become a Sustainable Jersey certified school. And what we're trying to get schools to do, and what we're trying to get schools to teach you to do, is to really take leadership on today's biggest environmental, economic, and social challenges. And the biggest among those is climate change. Our failure, and when I say our failure, I'm talking about my generation, and I'm talking about adults, not students, but our failure to mitigate and address climate change and to adapt to the climate change that's already happening it's a failure. And it's a failure that we want to work together intergenerationally to solve. And as climate change transforms global ecosystems, it affects everything from the places we live, the water we drink, the air we breathe, and eventually worldwide, it's going to affect our food systems and the fundamental global economy that we rely on for everything that we need to survive. So we're looking forward to a future where we don't have to be so concerned about the future. We know that there'll be a future because we're on top of it. And this contest is our effort to empower you to take steps, but also through your videos and through the contest to enable your peers in schools around the state and hopefully around the country to see what can be done. We're so excited to join the Drumthwacket Foundation and Atlantic City Electric and Exelon in offering this New Jersey Student Climate Challenge. The importance of engaging young people and addressing the causes and impacts of climate change can't be overstated. Students, parents, teachers, and all the people that are participating here today should be really proud of the work that we're going to highlight, your work. And I trust that it's just the beginning of your efforts to preserve our quality of life today and preserve it into the future. So thank you all so much for joining us tonight. As we go through the program, please feel free to share your questions and comments in the chat. We really encourage that. During events like this, the chat can be very lively and a great place for exchanging information, exchanging congratulations. So don't be shy. And now I'd like to introduce Ava Blando. Ava is a junior at Robbinsville High School, and she's the artistic activism co-coordinator of the New Jersey Student Sustainability Coalition. She's a great example of how students can apply their passions, in Ava's case, music and the performing arts, to tackling the climate crisis. Ava will be serving as tonight's Master of Ceremonies. And with that, Ava, take it away.
Thank you so much, Randy. As Randy said, my name is Ava Blando, and I am a junior in high school and artistic activism coordinator for the New Jersey Student Sustainability Coalition. Our coalition is entirely youth-run. It's a network of college and high school students across the entire state, and our collaborative network shares experience, resources, and expertise. We focus a lot on building student power, educating students on how to become activists, and we push forward sustainability initiatives that benefit all of New Jersey's citizens. So I'm so excited to be part of this event and to announce the awardees. As a student activist, I am incredibly passionate about getting students involved in the climate movement and in the world at large. People always say that we're the future, but in my opinion, we are the present. We're the generation that, as Randy said, climate change will impact most. And that means we should be acting right now. And all of the people who are part of this competition are doing just that. In my work as the Artistic Activism Coordinator of the New Jersey Student Sustainability Coalition, I use music and art, I'm a songwriter, to make statements about how climate change will impact future generations. I also use my position to educate others about important environmental policies in New Jersey, such as the Clean Energy Equity Act and the Green Amendment. Right now, I am working to teach student activists how to use music and art to support their mental health, because this work is very taxing. You know, it's not easy to tell people every day how terrible the future is going to be unless we do something about it, but it's work I love doing, and I'm so excited to be Master of Ceremonies for today's events and to be part of all of your amazing work. If you would like to join the New Jersey Student Sustainability Coalition or support the bills we are currently advocating for, please reach out to me in the chat. I'm going to pop a link in there to our website. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the awards. First up is our middle school group. If all of the middle schoolers could please turn on their cameras so that we can see your faces. That would be really, really great. Thank you. All right, awesome. The third place winner in the middle school category is Winslow School 5 from the Winslow Township School District. Congratulations to the Radical Rugrats. Teacher Claudine Nelson and students Hadia Gale, Angie Suarez Ortega, and Destin Swan. Let's take a look at your video submission.
Planet is our home, and not many people notice the harm that we are doing to it. Global warming is a big issue for the planet. Global warming is an increase of heat in the atmosphere mostly caused by greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases are gases that get trapped in the atmosphere, and most of these gases come from CO2 and methane. Those gases are produced by humans. These gases can't only harm us, but our favorite animals too. Global warming has dirty wildfires, which cause deforestation. It produces deleterious gases made from burning fossil fuels. It will also cause a lot of problems to the ice in the Arctic. It will melt and rise sea levels, which can affect coastal states, and New Jersey is one of them. Also, hurricanes will become stronger because moist air from the ocean powers hurricanes, and with the air getting hotter, the water will increase in heat as well. This is why we pick composting. We knew that the more we compost, the less amount of deadly gases we will produce, which saves the earth and us too. I also know that composting will give us back our fertile and more healthy and nutritious foods.
The research we did for our composting was the effect it has on our planet. We started by researching what the problems the earth is facing, like air, water, and soil pollution. We also saw that this can also affect many different species and individuals. We realized that composting made a difference in our planet, and it can be a very useful way to help our planet. Composting is a very easy and fun way to save the earth and make it a better place. We thought some people would enjoy composting, and we saw how this can be an everyday thing. So we started to think, what can be useful and efficient right now that we need to do? So we thought about a DIY composting bin. After this process, it inspired us to compost ourselves.
This is what we hope to be the end result of composting when everyone starts doing it. We hope that the need for chemical fertilizers will reduce. Since composting produces healthy soil, there will be no need. If everyone starts composting, deadly gas emissions from landfills will be reduced, helping the atmosphere. Ultimately, we hope that from everyone composting, carbon footprints drop significantly. We should be more vigilant on how we treat our planet. If dancing can be a trend, why can't composting?
Wow, that video shared some great information about climate change, and I really enjoyed how they linked the causes and impacts of climate change to their composting project. I love composting so much. I'm trying to beg my family to start doing it. And it's a really great way to reduce greenhouse gas emissions because when food breaks down in the garbage, it releases some of the greenhouse gases that, we don't like. So congratulations again, Radical Rugrats. Next up is our second place winner. Will the remaining teams please keep their cameras on? Drum roll, please. And congratulations to the green team from Winslow Township Middle School. Teacher Ayana Griffin and students Madison Cantor, Olivia Janicki, Sinai Clayton, Naima Dominguez, Carly Farron, Jada Johnson, Cassandra Suarez, Christina Mumford, Hannah Velez, Lindsay Gummett, Rashad Harris, and Ginger McCarty. Let's take a look at your entry.
Hello, I'm Hannah, and thanks for joining us here at Winston Township Middle School in Akron, New Jersey. Today we're going to be talking about being green. I don't mean the color green, I mean being able to help the world. So our green team and advisors came up with a game. The game was being based on being energy efficient. To create more energy efficient buildings, while they played, staff and students had to take pictures of themselves doing the activities so we could watch their success. Today we're going to share their success with you through our rolling report. Let's kick it over to Madison, who is going to share what they did at home. Madison?
Thanks, Hannah. Yes, students at Winslow Middle have been doing tons of activities over the past 3 weeks to go green or more green at home. Picking activities from a weekly choice boards, students set out to build new habits for themselves and their families. Week 1 meant unplugging things not in use, changing out light bulbs for LEDs, and adjusting the thermostat. Students asked their families to sign a pledge to help save energy and created posters to highlight why saving energy is important. In weeks 2 and 3, they researched new ways to be green. Students tried new tasks like hanging clothes to dry and turning off the water while brushing their teeth. They made signs for around their homes to help their families remember these important changes. Maybe most importantly, students practiced going outside and enjoying the outdoors without electronic devices. This led them to some real fun activities. In only 3 weeks, students have been able to change their families' habits to make the world a greener place. And they're excited to keep pushing forward. This is Madison signing off. Back to you, Hannah.
Thanks, Madison. Now let's kick it over to Olivia to share what the students did at school.
That's right. The students here at Winslow Middle have been learning and living sustainably by taking action to be more energy efficient in school. We use special tools like light meters, infrared thermometers, and kilowatt meters to conduct energy audits of each room. We've been going from classroom to classroom, educating students about our results and 4 simple actions that they can take to reduce their energy usage. First, right light, making sure you are turning on only the necessary light switches needed for instruction. Second, shut them down when not around. This encourages everyone to turn off electronic devices like computers and smartboards when not in use. Third, close them, reminding everyone to close windows and doors when the HVAC is on. And last but certainly not least, LOLO, last out, lights out, having the last person out of the room turn off all the lights. With these simple actions, we are sure to reduce our power usage. Reporting live from Winslow Township Middle School, I'm Olivia Janicki. Now to Sinai to wrap everything up for us.
Hello, my name is Sinai Clayton and I am a proud member of the Winston Township Middle School Green Team. On behalf of the Green Team, we would like to thank all of our participants who took part in our Energy Activity Choice Board. We'd also like to thank Sustainable Jersey for Schools and the many sponsors who made this event possible. Our goal was to get our community to be more educated on energy efficiency through our fun activities, and from the looks of it, I think it worked. The actions that you have done will contribute to a brighter and more sustainable future for everyone. Please use your new knowledge and understanding of energy efficiency to educate others. Share your bright ideas, no pun intended.
Congratulations again, Green Team. I loved how this team brought their energy conservation game to their school and the homes of students at Winslow Township Middle School. Actions like unplugging devices, turning off lights, or switching to more energy-efficient devices are simple ways anyone can help mitigate the impacts of climate change by burning less fossil fuels. And it can save you money too, which is pretty nice. Now for the first placed winners, the moment we've all been waiting for. Congratulations to Plastic Free AC from Atlantic County Sovereign Avenue High School. Teachers Diane Plakis and Amy Barbetto, and students Asha Rupante, Tasnova Taiba, Amy Chowdhury, Mahi Patel, Rihanna Lowen, Tasvi Atana, and Ray Chowdhury. Let's take a look at your video.
So what should we do for the climate change contest?
Maybe something online?
What about a website?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Here is our action project.
When you first open the website, the first thing that appears is the homepage. The homepage introduces our mission statement along with a plastic-free AC logo that represents Sovereign Avenue School, our mission, and Atlantic City as a whole. There are also buttons to help you navigate through the website.
Moving on, the next topic on our website is Meet Our Team. Meet the people who are behind the plastic-free AC movement.
Amy.
Aisha.
Mahi.
Rai.
Rihanna.
Tasfia.
Tasnova.
Next on our website is More About Us. This topic consists of our story and our mission. Our story starts from 2019 to present.
Plastic Free AC is a youth-led organization which aims to empower others to take environmental action at their own respective places. Our mission is to facilitate a plastic-free Atlantic City by campaigning to our community and local government to eliminate single-use plastic bags in all AC establishments. It is the small changes made by many that have the ability to make huge impacts on our local and global community. Let's all strive for a more eco-friendly environment.
Furthermore, our next topic is resources. This topic consists of educating ourselves and making an impact.
Here is the Educating Ourselves section. In this part of the website, we explain the effects plastic has on our environment, our health, and climate change.
Our website also showcases 15 helpful tips to go plastic free. Some of these include
using reusable items, recyclable plastic or biodegradable plastic, non-plastic packaged items, buying fresh food, and many others.
We are living in a day and age where we are constantly exhausting our environment and the non-renewable resources that it provides. Climate crisis is real, and many of our everyday actions contribute to it. Most plastics that are intended for single use are going into landfills. Sunlight and heat causes plastics to release toxic greenhouse gas emissions, which contributes to global warming. Based on our research, this is a problem that needs to be addressed by reducing production, consumption, and waste of single-use plastics throughout our city and beyond.
We encourage you to also educate yourself about the dangers of plastic, the impact it has on climate change, and how we all can do our part to help contribute to a safer environment by coming up with other sustainable solutions. All in all, when we do our part, the earth wins.
Congratulations again, Plastic Free AC. I love this video so much, and I'm super duper passionate about getting rid of single-use plastics. I really liked how we got to know more about your team and why this project was so important to you. Your video taught us about the problems of single-use plastic, especially when they end up in landfills, and I love that the website included so many ways to go plastic-free. Great work. We'd like to ask you a few questions about your student climate challenge experience. Now, first, I would like to ask the student representative, why is addressing the climate crisis important to you and your team members?
First of all, thank you so much for having us here. We really do appreciate it. Climate crisis is a crucial issue in the real world. Many factors, including harmful plastics, contribute to this. Plastic is not only harmful to our environment, but also our oceans, along with marine life. My team, including myself, have crafted a website to advise people about the dangers of plastic. Our Atlantic City beaches get polluted by plastic every year, and as a viewpoint, limiting single-use plastics would not only make our beaches cleaner, but also help combat climate crisis.
Yeah, you're so right. Now, Ms. Tsouplakis, what aspects of the climate challenge do you and Ms. Barbetto feel had the greatest impact on your students' learning and interest in addressing climate change?
The Climate Challenge was a wonderful opportunity for a plastic-free AC committee to identify a problem, conduct research, plan for ways to address this issue, and then ultimately take action. Sustainable Jersey Schools provided various virtual informational sessions on climate change and ways to have a voice within the community. These experiences motivated our kids, which resulted in them being fully immersed in the student-led process to spark change. The Climate Challenge motto, "Tell a story that will change the world," was an inspiration to these amazing future leaders, and we cannot wait to see how they will utilize the awarded grant money to further their actions.
Yeah. Sorry.
We would like to thank the Drumthwacket Foundation and Sustainable New Jersey, as well as Atlantic City Electric and the Exelon for sponsoring this initiative. And we would also like to take this opportunity to thank our amazing administrators, Ms. Medina Payton and Ms. Nicole Williams, who continuously support both the Sovereign Ave School Green Team and the Plastic Free AC Committee. Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I loved the project so much. It was really educational and it was something that you should definitely be proud of. It was really impressive. Now, I have just one more question to the students. How else do you feel you can make an impact in addressing climate change?
Well, impacting climate change doesn't just take one person, it takes a whole team. With this grant money of $2,500, we aim to bring plastic-free AC to an even higher position. We hope to advertise our campaign to Atlantic City as a whole, starting with local businesses. We even think that creating our own reusable bags will help address climate change for everyday grocery shoppers. By promoting our organization and what it does, we are sure it will make a great impact in combating climate change. And last but not least, we would like to thank Governor Murphy for signing the New Jersey Plastic Pollution Reduction Act, which is set to begin May of next year.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that act too. It's something that our coalition pushed really hard for, and it's nice to see it finally come to fruition. So now just moving on. Thank you again to all our middle school winners. We appreciate your commitment to addressing climate change, and you all have illustrated really well the importance of joining in the fight to save our planet. Now, before we move on to the high school finalists, we're going to test everyone's knowledge through some fun yet sobering facts about climate change in New Jersey. We have 3 questions, and anyone who responds has a chance to win a $25 gift card. There will be 1 winner per question. The winners will be announced at the end of the program, so good luck. Question 1. Since 1895, New Jersey's annual temperature has increased by how many degrees? Option 1, 2 degrees. Option 2, 2.5 degrees. Option 3, 3.5 degrees. Or option 4, 4 degrees. Take a second, just answer the question. See which one you think is best. If you answer correctly, you'll have a chance to win $25, which is pretty sweet. All right. The correct answer is 3.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Click on close in the top corner of the results box to remove the box from your screen. Question 2. By 2050, the percent of annual precipitation, or rain, snow, and sleet in New Jersey is expected to increase by option 1, 2 to 6 degrees, option 2, 3 to 5 degrees, option 4, 4 to 11 degrees, or option 3, 4 to 11 degrees, or option 4, 13 to 20, 13 to 20%. What am I talking about? Those were all, percent. Share results of the poll. That is not something I'm supposed to read out loud. Just take a second. Take a second, answer, and then I will announce the results of the poll. All right, so the correct answer is 4 to 11 degrees. Again, it looks like everybody pretty much got that, which is pretty cool. 4 to 11%. Now click on close in the results box to remove the box from your screen. And then finally, question 3. By 2050, there will be a 50% chance that New Jersey's sea level rise will meet or exceed either 1 foot, 1.4 feet, 2 feet, or 2.2 feet. All right, the correct answer is 1.4 feet. Just click on close in the results box if you've answered to remove the box from your screen. Sadly, New Jersey is actually warming faster than the rest of the Northeast region when compared to the world. Also, sea levels are increasing at a greater rate in New Jersey than other parts of the world. Many of the larger impacts of climate change are probably already familiar to you. Your phone going off with those alarms over the summer, constantly giving tornado warnings, increasing temperatures, rising sea levels, more frequent and intense storms are all things that we've seen in New Jersey. We've seen the evidence in increasingly mild winters, more frequent heavy rains, flooding, and more sunny day tidal flooding in the areas of the coast. And these events can threaten public health and safety, destroy property, undermine critical infrastructure, and damage New Jersey's economy, including the vibrant tourism industry supported by our beloved shore and lake communities. Now, all of these negative impacts demonstrate how important it is to take action now on slowing down climate change. We will announce the $25 gift card winners at the end of the program. And at this time, I would like to ask all of the high school teams to please turn on their cameras. It's time to announce our winners from the high school teams. To all of our winners, all of our participants, you've done an amazing job. First off, to our third place winner. Congratulations to Clearview Environmental Club from the Clearview Regional High School. Teacher Maureen Hummin and students Lily Coyd, Bella Kale, Carissa Semensky, Kelsey Cross, and Harmon Carr. Let's see what you submitted.
This is Carissa, and for our project, our team learned about how food waste affects climate change and what we could do to help reduce it. We then collected information about people's food waste habits and gave them 2 weeks to educate themselves and implement their own changes. After that 2-week period, we collected additional information about any changes they made to their habits. By comparing the results before and after, we were able to calculate how much their and our actions contributed to greenhouse gas emissions before and after learning about food waste, showing that changes, no matter how small, can make a difference in the fight against climate change. All of the things we will talk about in this video, such as composting and shopping locally, help reduce food waste and therefore lessen the amount of greenhouse gases and the effects of climate change.
Hi, my name is Harmon. Food waste is one of the problems that contributes to climate change. When food is wasted and goes to landfills, methane, a greenhouse gas, is produced. Methane is 28 times more potent than carbon dioxide because it traps more heat, gets absorbed, and radiated by greenhouse gases. By reducing food waste, the carbon footprint of methane emissions will also be reduced, which will help to slow the spread of greenhouse gas emissions and their effect on the world through things like extreme weather, food supply disruption, and increased wildfires.
When looking at the question, when planning meals, I try to use food. In the beginning, 65% of people said that they always do this, but after looking at our website, it's shown that 70% have started to do this. 2/3 of food waste is from it becoming spoiled. All of this wasted food ends up in landfills.
Regarding the question if people implemented composting, during the initial survey, 35% of people said they sometimes did, and 62% said they never did. But after reviewing our website and learning more about how to reduce food waste, 55% said that they sometimes implemented composting. And composting organic waste reduces more than 50% of emissions when compared to landfilling.
20% more people said that they always freeze unused food after researching. Around 1.3 billion tons of food goes to waste. So essentially, the less food we waste, the less food in landfills, which means less greenhouse gases, and the slow to climate change.
Hi, I'm Bella. The next question was how often people limit their consumption of animal products. And as you can see, in our second survey, many more people selected always in limiting their animal consumption. And the largest way to reduce environmental impacts is limiting the animal product consumption. And as you can see in this chart, 26% of the greenhouse gas emissions from food is just general food, 58% is animal products, and 50% is beef and lamb.
So the next question is making a shopping list or making an effort to buy only what you need, which is a very easy task. So the percent of people went from 56.8 that said always to 80%. Sticking to a shopping list enforces buying only what you need so that you don't buy additional stuff that ends up getting thrown away.
Our next question was about growing your own produce. As you can see, after learning about ways to change their habits, there was an increase in people that said they always or sometimes grow their own produce and a decrease in people that said they never do. Food production is responsible for 68% of all food-related greenhouse gas emissions. Transportation of that food is responsible for 5%. So starting a garden and growing as much food as you can in your own home can reduce your carbon footprint up to like 68 pounds, depending on how much food you're able to grow.
The last question we asked people was if they bought locally sourced foods and or supported farmers markets. Our results showed that there was a 6.5 increase in the number of people that always bought locally sourced foods after reading our website and learning more about food waste than before. Eating and buying locally sourced foods can reduce the average consumer's greenhouse gas by 45%.
Thank you so much for listening to our presentation. Overall, using our findings, all of you have the tools to make a difference. Food waste has a legitimate impact on climate change, and Your efforts regarding food waste, no matter how small, can have a profound impact on our future and towards the reduction of greenhouse gases and the preservation of our planet. By taking the time to implement a few small changes, you can do a tremendous amount of good.
I really loved this project. I think it's so interesting how just knowing about something and having it in the back of your mind can change your behavior so much. I know that that's something that was really changed the way that I shop. Now, I bring reusable bags all the time. I make sure to get just what I need, and I'm trying to implement composting in my house, as I mentioned earlier, but it's a fight. And I think it's so cool that just learning about it, making a strategic shopping list, any of these behaviors can help decrease methane gas emissions, decrease food waste, and it goes to show that we can all take simple steps to decrease our own negative impacts. Now, let's keep the excitement going. The remaining two teams, please keep your cameras on. For our second place winners, congratulations to Penns Grove locavores from Penns Grove High School. Teachers Vicky Pelaganis and Jason Bryce and students Stefano Fidioso and Bailey Ricks. Let's take a look at your video.
Oh, hey, look at the time. It's lunch.
Thank God. I'm so over this project.
Me too. This was a lot.
Me too. I'm so starving now.
That's what you're eating?
Yeah? Is that a problem?
No, it's not necessarily a problem, but it's not necessarily a problem. But you know how much water it took for that burger to be on your plate?
No, and I don't care because we need to finish this project, so I want to eat and do the project.
Yes, we do have to finish the project, but I'm trying to tell you something, so can you listen?
I guess.
It took over 300 gallons of water for that burger to be on your plate, but it only took 7 for this tomato to be in mine.
Okay, and your point is?
It took a lot of resources for that burger to be on your plate. It had to go from farms that's probably 1,000 miles away to a truck and people, which takes fuel and money. That's just a lot of resources.
Okay, but technically, your salad is bad as my burger.
And you say this why?
Because it has to travel.
Okay.
Point A.
All right.
Point B.
Okay.
Fuel. Point C. People. And point D. It has pesticides in it.
You make some valid points.
I know I do.
So both of our meals take a lot of resources.
Yes.
Okay. So, did you know that climate change is not only affecting the polar bears?
I know bad things are happening in New Jersey because of the climate change. Have you not heard of that?
What's going on?
You haven't heard? Climate change has caused temperatures in New Jersey to increase by 3.5 degrees inland and 4 degrees on the New Jersey coast. And also, New Jersey is warming faster than any state on the East Coast and the world, actually.
So what? You don't like snow anyway?
Whoa. Don't put words in my mouth. And first of all, it's causing food shortages and driving up cost at the supermarket right here in our Garden State, New Jersey.
So climate change is affecting agriculture and making food less available?
Something like that, but I can show you more in the supermarket.
Okay.
You see these vegetables? We need to change 2 things as consumers when we shop for food to lower greenhouse gas emissions. 1. Buy produce grown local. This way, we do not consume resources unnecessarily, like gas to power trucks to transport these foods from hundreds of miles away. 2. Cut out where food goes when it is thrown out. People like you and me are the main contributors of throwing food away in the trash like crazy. Food in the landfill produces methane gas, which is carbon dioxide on steroids. Instead, give unwanted food to the homeless.
You were onto something in the store.
Yeah, I know.
It seems to me that buying locally grown foods and less of it is the solution. Otherwise,
if we keep doing business as usual, New Jersey will end up like California. It used to be the main hub for production for food, and it's just not anymore.
Yeah, you're right. Look at this thing I found on Instagram. It says agriculture is part of the problem, but it's also being affected by changing climate.
Now that we have identified the challenges that we face in New Jersey, here's what is possible. We can grow our own vegetables and raise fish via aquaponics. This means we can provide the community a plant and a protein, and it can be on someone's plate in no time.
Right here?
Yeah, right there.
Mayor Thomas, thank you for coming. We would like to give you a virtual tour of our future aquaponics lab.
This is incredible. I am so excited that our students are taking an interest in growing healthy food for our community. Local policy changes means focusing on our future, ensuring that people have access to nutritional food, clean air, fresh water. Local government can lead by example.
Wow. Congratulations. This video showed your team's creativity to be able to tell a digital story like that about the negative impacts of food production and how that's related to increased climate change around the world, and especially in New Jersey. So including that virtual tour of your future aquaponics lab was also so cool. I was a little jealous. And I really liked that you included the mayor too. Impressive. Well done. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, our first place winner. Congratulations to the WTHS team MM from Winslow Township High School. Teacher Carolyn Tagmeyer and students Gabrielle Robinson, Janaya Sharpay, Leila Quatorze, and Annika Erickson. I can't wait to see your video submission.
Here at Winslow Township High School, we are very concerned about climate change. As a team, we came together and brainstormed the many causes of climate change. One topic that the Environmental Club explores every year is the relationship between climate change and meat consumption. We challenge our members every year to eat less meat and encourage meatless Mondays. We want to make this more than a challenge. We want our community to see what an impact they can make with such a simple switch to eating less meat, even if it's only Mondays. As a team, we faced many challenges trying to complete this project. Our biggest challenge was that many students from our school are remote. All meetings and discussions were held virtually.
To begin our project, we had to research how meat consumption is related to climate change. We looked up articles, shared them through our team's Google Classroom, and we also held online discussions. We learned that not only do the animals, especially cows, produce a lot of methane, which is a greenhouse gas that contributes to global warming. We had also learned that the processes involved in animal agriculture produce an alarming amount of CO2, and they use excessive amounts of water. To make things even worse, to make room for farms, there is a ton of habitat destruction, which is also a major contributor to climate change.
Together, as a team, we came up with ways to try to encourage our community to eat less meat. This is how WTHS for Meatless Mondays began. We asked students to create a logo, discuss ways to spread our message, such as put up informational flyers in local grocery stores, and for a group project, looked up meatless recipes that will let people know it's not that hard to make your meals meatless.
I took on the challenge of compiling all of the meatless recipes into a digital cookbook. We wanted to not only show how easy it is to eat a meatless meal, but also have facts to show how such a change can make an impact. For example, swapping out a veggie burger for a beef burger significantly decreases the amount of greenhouse gases produced by almost 90%. Imagine doing this every Monday for a year. We found an online calculator that provides data to show exactly how meat consumption impacts our environment.
Congratulations. There are so many things I liked about this video, but one of the things that I liked most is that the team took those next steps toward encouraging less meat consumption in your school and in your local community. I love that you included some really cool graphics, and the story shared some important information about going meatless and how that can reduce the causes of climate change. Linking that information into a meatless recipe cookbook is really exciting for me. I've been vegetarian since I was 4, so meatless cookbooks, very cool to me. I can't wait to try some of those meatless meals and learn more about my positive impact at the same time. I'd like to ask you a few questions. First up to the student representative.
Oh, hi, my name is Layla Couture.
Sorry. First, I would like to ask, what is the most important thing you learned doing your Student Climate Challenge project?
The most important thing I learned from doing our student climate project is that with swapping out meat out of your diet, you could reduce 18.4 grams of phosphate and 38.6 grams of sulfur from being released into the atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, it's so crazy to me when I learned that, like, you know, just swapping out meat every once in a while is one of the biggest things that the individual can do to combat climate change. It's really cool. And now to Ms. Tagmeyer, why do you feel it's important to empower students to meet the challenges of the climate crisis?
Well, the thing I say all the time is that our students already know about climate change. They know it's happening. We empower them by just giving them the guidance and the tools. They're there asking us, what can we do? And all I have to do is give them just a little bit of help, and they take it running and they take the action. I'm so proud of the youth of today. And I'm also proud of Winslow Township because I'm lucky that I do get those kids from the middle school and they continue on to help with our fight.
Yeah, you're so right. I did a workshop through NJSSC on intergenerational organizing and how adults can like help empower the youth. And I think like what you say is so right. Everyone in our generation knows about climate change. Pretty much everyone wants to do something about it, and just giving those resources and just the support is so huge because we want to get involved, and I think just having the opportunity to is just really great.
We absolutely do. I also suggest talking to another one of our students, Annika there. She's going to talk about how and what we're going to do next.
Yeah. So that is my next question. So back to the students, to Annika. Did your Student Climate Challenge project inspire you to take a next step, like a follow-on project or more sustainability-focused classes?
So our Climate Summit project, it did allow us to begin a follow-on project. We have begun renovations in our outdoor greenhouse, as well as our creation of an outdoor classroom. And outside of our greenhouse, we've begun renovations in order to bring new planters, plastic planters that we've collected from the community, as well as plastic planters that we've had around the school from previous plants. So we're going to begin planting tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and herbs in our greenhouse in order to allow our cooking classes to begin their journey to meatless Mondays and meatless meals.
Yeah, I think that's so cool and really exciting. I'm sure as the chat says, I'm sure the award money will help support those new efforts, and I'm really excited for that. Before we close out our program, let's test your knowledge about climate change in New Jersey one last time. Remember to choose the answer that you think is correct for an opportunity to win a $25 gift certificate. The winner will be announced at the end of the program. So for the last question, what is the largest source of greenhouse gas emissions in New Jersey? 1, waste management. 2, residential energy use. 3, transportation. And 4, commercial and industrial. Oh, I'm muted. Oops. So it looks like we got that one correct. The sector with the greatest contribution to greenhouse gas emissions since 1990 has been the transportation sector, mainly on-road transportation, which is 40.6% of emissions. As a result of our dependence on gas and diesel-powered vehicles and increases in the number of vehicle miles traveled and cars on the road, New Jersey has seen like a very dramatic increase in that area. But the other choices are also major contributors to climate change as well, with waste management coming in at 5%, residential accounting for 16%, and commercial 17%. But the good news is that everyone can do their part in addressing the climate crisis. Be more aware of the small and big things as we've learned. Activities like walking, biking instead of driving, turning your thermostats down, reducing food waste, and migrating to renewable energy sources can all have a positive impact to slow down the climate crisis at hand. So now we just have one more video. We want to see a little bit more from our finalists, students and teachers.
We are Clearview Regional High School's Environmental Club. Our members are Bella Kale, Lily Cloyd, Harmon Kaur, Carly Krause, Kelsey Krause, Carissa Shemansky, and our advisor, Maureen Human.
So a moment of triumph for the kids after working virtually all year long was after a 4-hour session finishing the video and being proud of their work.
I think that addressing climate change is vital to our future.
Hi, my name is Gabrielle Robinson from Winston Township High School, and addressing the climate crisis is very important to me because our poor actions of today will negatively impact us as well as the generations of the future.
Hi, my name is Janai M. Sharp, and I will be speaking on behalf of Winston Township High School's Team MM. The climate crisis is important to me because I feel we should have a deeper understanding on all the things going on around us.
My name is Layla Quators, and I'm a sophomore who attends Winston Township High School, and I'm also a part of the Sustainable Team Meatless Mondays. Because of this project, it has inspired me to go vegetarian for 8 months.
Hi, I'm Hannah from Winslow Township Middle School. I had so much fun participating in the video. I loved how we made it a big video and showed how every person did a different thing.
Hi, I'm Christina Mumford from the Winslow Township Middle School Green Team, and there are a lot of things that I've learned, but I feel like one of the most important things that I learned while participating in the Student Climate Challenge is that we don't just have to rely on these big businesses and companies and manufacturers to lower their contributions to climate change to slow it down. There are a lot of things that we as individuals in our everyday lives can do to reduce climate change.
The climate crisis is important to me because being a college student at Rowan University, a bunch of us students are in debt, and on top of it, the cost of food at the supermarket is steadily increasing, which puts a big strain on college students' wallets.
Mrs. Palaganas, why is it needed to empower students to meet the challenges of the climate crisis?
I want my students to know that strategies exist to make a difference when challenges arise. And this empowers our youth to be agents of change and offer hope for a brighter future. And it's also very exciting that we were able to partner with the mayor of Penns Grove to do
What
this.
I learned from my team was that they are worried and they know about climate change. They are ready to make a difference, and they're ready to do what they have to do to ensure a more sustainable world.
Thank you for that, and thank you everyone for participating in the Climate Challenge. It's truly inspiring, and I feel so strongly that young people need to take a leadership role in this battle because our futures depend on it. This is going to be our fight, so we might as well get started. So to students, you can expect an award certificate and a small gift, either through your teacher or mailed to your home, or through your email, so keep a lookout. As we close out tonight's festivities, I would like to thank First Lady of New Jersey, Tammy Murphy, for her leadership and her support in climate change education. It is critical for our state's future. The First Lady has a few remarks to share before we end the program.
Thank you, students and educators, for your commitment to a more sustainable future. Climate change is going to affect every aspect of our lives. No matter what career you choose, climate literacy will be a necessary and invaluable part of your education and life. On behalf of the project partners, the Drumthwacket Foundation, Atlantic City Electric, Exelon, and Sustainable Jersey, I want to express our thanks to every student who participated in the New Jersey Student Climate Challenge pilot. Your enthusiasm and great work have convinced the partners to offer the New Jersey Student Climate Challenge statewide to all public schools serving students in grades 6 to 12 for the current school year. I hope all this year's finalists plan on defending their titles. Please visit the Sustainable Jersey for Schools website for all of the details, and I encourage you to start planning your next project now. Your creativity, passion, and advocacy fill me with true hope for the future and certainty that New Jersey will be a leader of the climate movement for our nation and for our world.
Thank you so much for that, First Lady. And thank you all for participating in our ceremony today. Now I'm going to announce our $25 gift card winners. The winner for question 1 is Carissa Samansky. The winner for question 2 is Mahi Patel. The winner for question 3 is Kelsey Cross. And the winner for question 4 is Lily Coyd. Your gift cards will be sent to the email address you entered when you logged into the webinar. Thank you all so much for participating in our ceremony tonight. Have a great evening, and please keep fighting for our planet. Yeah, thank you so much.